Yeah. 140 for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Rex get to it. Ain't taking no slack, get to it. You took a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Dispute it, I can prove it. Bro, whoa, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cowards, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it. Hey.
I don't care what they talking. All I want is my Porsche. I'ma ride up clean. Look at me. I'm a false. Kill them off like a boss. Nigga, you better stop it. I'm all about my profit. I'm shooting off like a rocket.
Who got to blow these niggas out the water? He go harder, go harder. Steph Curry, fourth quarter. All I got is my niggas. All I fear is my father. All I bring is that slaughter. Bomb on the Pearl Harbor. He ain't real, he alive. If he real, who am I? Now his ass in the fire. Yippee-ki till I die. Please don't cross the line. Try to stop and stop trying. Boom, sharp as mile wide. I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it a race, get to it. Ain't taking no shit, get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One, we can do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
You hear the truth that I'm speaking. Lot of hate for no reason. Probably don't understand. That's why I got the master plan. And all the power in my hand. Slinging shit on demand. You better watch where you stand. You get flamed up and ain't changing up for nobody.
They're warfare, what you know about it. This ain't a rap, this a message. Ain't a real, be respected. Fake niggas like a virus. Lot of niggas infected. I came to correct it. Bought a whole bunch of soldiers. They move at my discretion. When the rebels hit the entrance, all them niggas hit the exit. Them niggas get the sprinting. I demand your attention. Solid nigga, I ain't folding. Plus you know a nigga hold it. Nigga, look how I'm rolling. Shorty check my demeanor. He's smooth, but I'm cleaner. Flow like Aquafina. Hit him running Serafina. Hold up. Yeah. I gotta deliver. I'm about to have a baby, but I still wanna baby. Let's get to it. Nothing comes to a dream. I'm strictly dead. I'm all about the business. Rock solid and relentless. You came to make friends. I came to make a killing. That's why I don't kill it. Leave these niggas hurting. That's why I'm fishing, nigga. Do you need a healing? I know you can hear me. I'ma bet you a rookie. And Kanye, you a Donald Trump rubbing pussy. I'm a king, you a cook. Ain't nothing you can tell me. I'm too ready. Let's get to it.
It's a great day to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Whoa.
All right. Live here. All right. Shalom, Lord Christ, Salah Yahweh Shabbat. We the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. Let me read this real quick. We're going to begin this class in a second. Just bear with me.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Mic checks. We good?
Check 1 2 1 2.
If anybody have any questions or comments, Salaki, let's go ahead and get the questions ready. Anybody online, tuning in from online, if you got any questions, go ahead and type your questions in the chat. Start off with questions. If not, we'll get into it. One second. Hey, answer this for me. All right. Any questions? Any questions in the room? Any questions online? Question?
Slack yourself, if I could. I asked this before, but like I lost where I had it written. I think I lost that sheet. But where's that scripture that says Christ said render unto to Caesar and basically saying follow his laws?
All right. Any other questions in the room? All right, go to Matthew chapter 22.
Start at 1, 2.
Loud. And read it somewhere near 20. Start at verse you can start at verse 21.
Okay. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 21. They say unto him, Caesar's. Mm-hmm. Then saith he unto them, mm-hmm. Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, mm-hmm. and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's.
Right. So, any other questions?
What's like? It might be a longer question. I know, throughout the Old Testament, it says, how the Most High dealt only with Israel. But is there anything in the Apocrypha in the New Testament that says, Most High said, I'm only dealing with these people, because a lot of people like to say, well, after the Old Testament, then that's when, somehow the Bible became inclusive. So I was just wondering if there are any scriptures in the Apocrypha and in the New Testament. I know that probably is a whole bunch, but any ones that, kind of clear cut just say, hey, the Most High says, I'm only dealing with these people and these people only.
Give me give me one second. Hold on. Give me John 1 and 11.
It's the book of John, chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
All right.
Oh, keep going.
Oh, 1 second.
Okay.
Right. So he came into his own, but his own received him not. Who is this talking about? Who was the he who came into his own?
Salaki, Yahushua, sir.
This is Christ, right? So Christ came unto his own people. Now, who is his own? Is his own people the whole world?
La, sir.
How do you know?
Okay. Let's see. It would be
Matthew 1 and 21. Go there. Hold what you got.
Yeah, come on.
right? And then go to Matthew 1:21 as well.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people.
He shall save who?
His people.
Meaning that his is possessive, right?
Right.
So for something to be his, it has to belong to him. And everything can't belong to Christ, right? I mean, not everything, but every nation of people can't belong to Christ. Otherwise, there wouldn't be what?
It would be his singular, like his possession.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it wouldn't.
Like, okay, young man. Mm-mm. Remember, his is what makes it possessive, right? But a Christian would say, yeah, right, his people. Who's Christ's people? Everybody, all people, right? All people can't be possessive. His cannot be possessive to all people,
Right.
with the fact of it being what? What makes it his being all people null and void because of this fact? Think about people. Why can't Christ be of everyone?
Salaki, because he was born like a regular person.
He was, but think about think of not the nature of people, but think about people. When you think about people upon the face of the planet Earth, why is it null and void? It's impossible for this to be saying that he's saving his people possessive, meaning his people, he's a part of this people. And it'd be talking about all people on the earth. Why? What is it about people that makes that null and void? It can't be true.
It's like I said, the bloodline.
Think about people. There's different people on the face of the planet Earth. So which one is his?
Right.
You understand? If I came back for my animals that I own, am I talking about all animals? Why? Because there's animals that you own.
Right.
And there's animals that he owns. And there's animals that belong on this field. And there's animals that belong to that field or to that farm. So it's null and void for it to be saying, yeah, he said he's coming back for his animals.
Right.
All of the animals belong to him. That's not true. Because these animals belong to someone else. You understand? So all people is not talking about every nation of people on the face of the planet Earth, because these nations of people are different. If the Lord wanted him to be sent for everyone, then there would be no such thing as what? Different nations.
Kind of the one kind.
We would all be Israelites.
Kind
Or we would all be the sons of God.
Right.
That's who we would all be. It wouldn't be a difference between the sons of God and the son of man.
Right.
Or the sons of men. Right? There would be no difference. But because of the difference, that's how you know that Christians love to say that Christ was sent for everyone. When this is possessive. It didn't say that. And the brother, I think somebody said this earlier, but if it was meaning just to be sent for everyone, it would have just said, and he was sent for people, or he was sent for the people, or sent for everyone, right? And even if it said that, let's say it did say, you understand, and he was sent for everyone. That still doesn't mean that he's sent for all the nations on the face of the planet Earth, because of context. Because who is Christ talking to? Who is he talking about? If I say right now, if we're at the Passover, and I say, man, I love everybody, man. I love everybody. Does that mean I love the African man that's at McDonald's down the street? Why not? Isn't he part of everybody?
No.
Or does it mean the people who I'm talking to? The context is everything in this Bible. You understand? And who Christ is talking to is who this is referring to, period. You understand? So Christ isn't talking to everyone. He's sent for his people. And then you would have to go and figure out, well, who was Christ? What color was Christ? Who is his? What lineage did Christ come from? You understand? This is his people. He is from the tribe of Judah. Christ is a nigga. You understand?
That's
what
right.
you call African America today. And Christ was sent to give his life for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, otherwise known as the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Done deal. You understand? But keep going.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Now all this was done, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, verse 23, behold, a virgin shall be with child.
Go back to the other scripture.
Oh, come on.
John.
Okay, it's the book of John, chapter 1, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
He came unto his own.
So now, here we go again. We just read in the book of Matthew 1 and 21 that Christ was sent for his people. So now it's saying that he did what?
He came into his own.
Into his own. This is possessive again. And now it's saying his own. You understand? His own people is who he came to, which was who?
Israel, sir.
Israelites. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The people on the planet Earth who actually need to be saved.
That's right.
You understand? This is the people who need salvation. This is the people who need to be fixed from drug addiction. This is the people who needs to be fixed from homosexuality,
right.
Who needs to be fixed from witchcraft and what you call it, and being a warlock, right? This is who needs to be fixed from these things. Keep going.
And his own received him not.
And his own received him not. You understand? His own received him not, meaning Israelites did not. We rejected Christ.
Right.
You understand? Christ came into us, and then we rejected Christ. Keep going.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
But as many as received him,
Mm-hmm.
to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High.
But, you understand? But, what is a what, Tabawan? What is but? But, Salakia? A conjunction. Right? It's a conjunction. Meaning, there's a statement being made that that his people did not receive him. But, in conjunction with previous statement,
Right.
there are those, out of that everyone, there are those few who did listen to him.
Right.
Who did decide to stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster.
Right.
Who did decide to not celebrate Christmas this year.
That's
Right.
right.
Who will decide to not celebrate New Year's
Right.
and celebrate Valentine's Day in February. There will be those who will receive. You understand? Isupk, we go out to on the street corners amongst the world, and we speak to everyone. But who are we speaking to? Are we teaching Karen to stop eating pork? Are we teaching Karen to stop celebrating Christmas? But she hears us, doesn't she? Aren't we out there for everyone to hear? We're speaking to black people, and black people reject us.
Right.
They say, get a job, get off the street corner. You're preaching hate, the black KKK, and they reject us. But there are few, even though black people reject us, there are those, you understand, keep reading.
Even to them that believe on his name.
Read it from the top.
Kanamakans, book of John, chapter 1, verse 12. But as many as received him,
Mm-hmm.
to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High.
Read it from 11, Salaki.
Oh, it's Kanamakans, sir. This book of John, chapter 1, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
He came into his own,
Uh-huh.
and his own received him
We
not.
go to camp to teach our brothers, but our brothers do not receive us. Keep
Right.
going.
Kanamakans, verse 12. But as many as received him,
But there are some. There are those who do receive us, who do listen,
right.
who do walk up and get a flyer. Keep going.
Kanamakans,
Uh-huh.
to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High.
To them gave the power to be the sons of the Most High. To them will they have the power to rid their communities of drug addiction.
Right.
Then will they be granted the power to raise the dead. To them will they be granted the power to speak in tongues. You understand? To speak the language of the angels, man. You understand? They will be granted the power to have a seat in the new kingdom. For
right.
those who received us, right? Keep going.
Even to them that believe on his name.
Even to them that believe in Christ. And what does it mean to believe in Christ? What does it mean to believe on his name? Right? Christians will say what? Christians will say, well, I have a personal relationship with God, and to God be the glory, and bring the music out. Believing on his name. But what does this actually believe?
It's like,
I mean, what does this actually mean? Salaki, go ahead.
it's like it's to follow Christ, to do these laws, statutes, and commandments.
To believe in Christ, you're gonna have to do what Christ said to do.
That's right.
You understand? You're gonna have to live accordingly to how Christ told you to live. Otherwise, you don't believe in him.
That's right.
You understand? I was just watching a movie the other day. I think it came out like 2012 or 16 or something. It's called Red Dawn. Right? It's a movie about a Korean invasion in America, and you got a brother who a star quarterback. I wouldn't say star quarterback, but he's a quarterback, and his other brother just got back home from the Marines for 6 years, right? And the basis of the story is Koreans out of one day to start parachuting down into America, and they start killing people and then entrapping people in concentration camps and everything. And the Marine brother, of course, takes a couple girls, his younger brother, and a couple knuckleheads from high school and some idiots, and he trains them up to become a revolutionary, whatever you want to call it, renegade, to fight against the Koreans. If they didn't believe in the brother, they wouldn't do what the brother said to do.
That's right.
But because they believed in the brother, they did exactly what the brother said to do to a T, because they believed in what the brother said. You understand? And that's the only way to believe in him. Right. I don't know how we get the idea that we can believe in something but just not do it.
Right.
That's right.
You understand? It's stupid. Which is what Christianity is. Christianity is, I believe that one day I'm gonna win the lottery. But when you gonna play? I don't play the lottery. That's Christianity. I believe I'm gonna get rich by playing the lottery. I'm gonna win. Well, when you gonna play? I don't play the lottery. I don't do that. That's Christianity.
That's right.
You understand? Somebody who believes that they play the lottery every damn day.
That's right.
Every day they play the lottery because they believe that they're going to win. They believe that this time when I'm sending this $5, how much is the lottery ticket? $1? They believe that this $2 that they write these numbers down on and they sending it in the gas station, they believe that this is the one. Right. They believe it. They pray on that lottery ticket. They say hashkala, hashkala, bashkala before they send it in, because money they actually believe in. They believe that they're going to get that money. But Christ coming back to rid us of the evil that has been put on us, they don't believe that. Christians don't believe that there's a man by the name of Jesus Christ who is a black man that is coming to save the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Right.
They don't believe that.
Right.
They believe that drug addiction is just our reality. They believe that drug addiction is just our life. That homelessness is just how we live. That the condition that we're in is just the truth about black people. Why? Because black people just get hooked on drugs. Black people just can't get it right. We can't come together. You understand? That's what we believe. We don't believe in this.
Right.
We don't believe that Christ is going to give us the power to become the sons of God. We don't believe that Christ will one day give us the power to rule over our conquerors, to rule over our slave masters and our enemies. We don't believe that Christ is strong enough to do it. We don't believe in him. You understand? We'd rather believe in Christmas.
That's right.
We'd rather believe in some Santa Claus coming down the chimney when you don't even have a chimney. We'd rather believe in that. Right. We'd rather believe in a goddamn mistletoe bringing love into your life, or a goddamn Cupid.
Right.
We believe in Cupid. You understand? But of course, Christ giving us the power to become the sons of God. That, of course, is just too far-fetched. That's too much. So why would we follow what he says to do? Right. Why would we stop eating shrimp? Why would we stop eating lobster and smoking weed and celebrating Christmas? Why would we? Why do we? Why do we not follow what Christ says to do? I've been saying it this whole time.
It's like because they don't believe in it.
Because we don't believe in it.
That's right.
Christians do not believe in Christ. You understand? Read it again.
God. Book of John, chapter 1, verse 11. Mm-hmm. He came into his own, and his own received him not. Verse 12. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Most High.
To those who received Christ, they got the power. You know?
That's right.
Keep going.
Even to them that believe on his name. Verse 13. Which were born not of blood, nor of the flesh, nor of the will of the flesh.
Which were born out of what?
The will of the flesh.
Now before that.
Oh, it's like not of the blood.
Not of the blood. You understand? Keep going.
Nor of the will of the flesh. Nor of the will of man.
Nor of the will of man. Okay, so here we go. They're not born out of blood, right? Isn't this a blood thing? Isn't being an Israelite being about your bloodline?
Right.
Isn't that what it is? So what is it saying? It's not you're not getting this from it says from read it one more time, Salakia. Verse 13.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Which were born not of
You're
blood.
not getting this because you was born of blood. Keep going.
Nor of the will of the flesh.
Nor of the will of the flesh. You understand? Keep going.
Nor of the will of man.
Nor of the will of man. So what is it saying? Thought Israelite was being born of blood. Christian will say, see, it doesn't matter about your blood. Don't matter about your flesh, your family.
Slacky, if I could. It'd be like, another Jake of the world who just, claims to believe on Christ but doesn't, but not following Christ the way, you're basically not following Christ. He may be an Israelite just like you, but he refuses to follow Christ.
Meaning what? What is this saying? Right? Because, of course, Christians believe that Christ was sent for everyone, right? And they believe that that his own is the whole world, right? That's what they try to say. What you got?
So can we just read it again?
Yeah, read it one more time. Verse 13.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 13. Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh.
Went up.
Yeah, go to verse 12. Read the verse from 11.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Now, Christians teach that he talks to everybody, right?
Right.
Or they'll say what? His own was the Israelites.
Right.
His Israelites received him not. Keep going.
Verse 12. But as many as received him.
But the people who did receive him, meaning Israelites, y'all had a good thing. You had a good thing going. You did. You had Christ. You did have him. But you received him not. And us humble heathens, us poor, hopeless Gentiles, just in the background, was just so admirable of just the Israelites. We looked at you on those mountains and how you prayed to God and how you was a strong people, and we just wanted a piece of the crumbs. You remember that scripture, right, brother? Matthew, the Syrophoenician woman. That was us, the Gentiles. The dog. Right? That was us, right? But Christ is saying here, Israelites didn't receive him. And now Gentiles came in and we decided to follow him, right? Keep going.
To them gave he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name.
So to them gave them the power to become the sons of God, which means what? That now they can be called the sons of God. Now they can do the work that the Israelites were supposed to do. Right? Keep going. Verse 13.
Verse 13. Which were born not of blood.
But they're not born of blood. Meaning they weren't born into a royal family. They weren't born from the lineage of King David or from Samson. You understand? Or from Moses. Keep going.
Nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of the Most High. Verse 14.
Hold on.
Okay.
You have some with that you wanted to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to answer your question. Basically, like, Christians thinking that it's saying, not of blood, like it means not the Israelites.
Right.
But, I can get a precept. I don't need the precept. Basically saying, like, being an Israelite is not enough.
That's it. That's what this is saying.
You
understand? Meaning this is not talking about everyone.
Right.
It's talking about Israelites. But being an Israelite is not enough.
That's right.
You understand? Why? Because Israelites received him not. You turned him down. So now being an Israelite isn't enough.
Right.
Now Christ had to die for us to receive the kingdom. So now you just being an Israelite idiot, smoking weed and celebrating Christmas is no longer enough.
Right.
Now you can't be a child molester and go sacrifice a lamb.
That's
and
right.
Make it into the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Now you can't be a liar or a thief or a prostitute and sacrifice or pay money to a church and make it into the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Now it's not enough. Now you have to be baptized through fire. Now you have to change your life and not do those things, because being an Israelite, is nothing. You understand? But following after the law, statutes, and commandments is everything. You understand? Right. But you also must be an Israelite. The two go hand in hand. How do you know? Precept. how do you know you must also be an Israelite? Meaning your blood does matter. Like this is a what you call it? What you call the word I'm looking for? Just think about it like this, right? I can't think of the word. It's losing me. It's losing me, right? But it's almost like a VIP club. You have to be of a certain. Well, let me not say a VIP club. Just think of some kind of organization that, in order to move up in, can you become a detective of the police force without being a police officer? No.
In like the Hollywood, maybe in a movie.
In a movie.
You know what I mean?
In
Some
a
little
movie.
kid, he becomes an honorary detective or something.
Good
But
night.
in real life,
movie,
no.
In a movie, right? But in reality,
God.
you can't just be a police. It doesn't matter how skillful you are.
Right.
There are some niggas that are more skillful than the highest skilled paid detective
Right.
in the police force right now.
That's right.
And they're just out there smoking weed. Right. And they are the most. Have you seen some of the sisters? They are detectives.
Yeah, right.
They will go in there and figure out everything. They are the biggest, good night,
Right.
FBI agents in the world. But they can't get rank in the FBI and move up to secret agent or get a interview to be what you call it? Who works for the president? Secret Service.
Yeah.
They don't get that. Why? Because they're not a part of it, right? How do you know that regardless of your blood, regardless of who you are, regardless of the work that you do, you have to be an Israelite to even be in this conversation, to even move up into the ranks of having the power of the sons of God? How do you know you have to be an Israelite? Even though it just said it's not by blood that you become the son of God. It's not by blood that you get a crown on your head. Not by blood. Being an Israelite isn't enough. But you have to be an Israelite. How do you know? Good.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3.
There we go.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ.
This is Paul talking, right? Keep going.
For my brethren.
For my who?
My brethren.
This is his brother, right? His family.
My kinsmen.
My kinsmen. And this is where?
In the New
This is in
Testament.
the New Testament. You understand? So Paul said, my brethren, my kinsmen, his family. Keep going.
According to the flesh.
According to the flesh. So now what Paul is talking about is a bloodline.
Right.
This is a nationality. This is an ethnicity, whatever you want to call it. This is his race of people.
Right.
His family. Keep going.
Verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who are who?
Israelites.
Who are who?
Israelites.
Now go back to John. Hold what you got. Go back to John. Verse 11.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own.
Now read what you got, Tabawan.
Who are Israelites?
Read what you got.
And his own received them not.
Read what you got again.
Book of First, on chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own.
Tabawan.
Who are Israelites?
Mayashah.
He came to his own.
Tabawan.
Who are Israelites?
Mayashah.
He came into his own.
Tabawan.
Who are Israelites?
That's in the New Testament, brother. Keep going, Tabawan.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
To who pertaineth the adoption? Meaning what? What? Let's say we don't know what the hell adoption means. We Christians, we don't know what adoption. Whoever these people are has the adoption.
Right.
It pertains to them. It doesn't pertain to everyone else.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
John. And the glory. And the covenants.
And the glory and the covenant. So whoever this people is who they get the glory of God and the covenants of the Most High. Keep going.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law. Meaning what? This people have to follow the law. This people are bound to the law because of their what?
Their bloodline.
Because of who they are.
That's right.
Because of who they are, they're bound to the law. You understand? Keep going.
And the service of the Most High.
And the service of the Most High. So now go back to verse 13. Mayashah.
Book of John, chapter 1, verse 13.
Verse 12, the middle of 12. We'll just read 12. Keep going.
Even to them that believe on his name. Verse 13.
Start verse 12 on the top.
So the book of John, chapter 1, verse 12. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Most High.
To thee gave thee power to be sons of God. You understand? He is talking about Israelites. That's it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Is there any more on that?
Con.
Yeah.
And the promises.
And the promises. That's it.
I believe so. Just 1 second. Well, we can, I guess it connects.
Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Whose are the fathers,
Mhm.
and of whom,
Mhm.
as concerning the flesh,
Mhm.
Christ came.
This is who, concerning the flesh, who Christ came.
That's
You
right.
understand? This is who Christ came and died for.
Right.
He ain't died for everybody.
That's
You
right.
understand? And a Christian is an idiot.
Damn
A Christian
right.
is an idiot if he thinks Christ came for everybody, right? Because Paul just said what? That the giving of the law was given unto his brother, his kinsman according to the flesh. If it not be true what Paul said, then the whole book is a lie.
Right.
If it not be true what Paul said, then why isn't Chinese people in slavery? Why didn't they go through slavery? Why aren't they living in the ghettos in America? If it's not true, why isn't Americans living in the ghettos of America?
Right.
If it's not true, if Christ gave the law to everybody and everybody's equal, then why aren't we all dying from abortion clinics? Why are all of us living in cages on the border? Why are all of us pushed on reservations? We should all be being slaughtered by aliens if this is true. But there's a people being slaughtered by another people, and that is not equality. That is not for everybody. And this law is not for white people, which is what it boils down to. The Most High did not send his son, Christ, to die for white people. You understand? That is the hardest thing for Christians to understand.
Right.
That your friend on your job is not going to be saved. Doesn't matter how many times he says, I love black people. I got black friends. No sweat. Your black friends will be the leaders and CEOs of Fortune 500 companies while you pick up garbage for the rest of your life.
Right.
You understand? And that's just the reality of things. Is there any more on that? All right. You can drop that. To answer your question?
Yeah, go.
Now, of course, it's everywhere in the New Testament. Everywhere you go in the New Testament, these brothers are talking to who? Israel.
The lost sheep of Israel.
They're talking to Israelites. There's nowhere in the New Testament where we are talking, the people is talking about Edomites or except for when it's condemning them, right? Or telling you about their countenance. But this is the law, the way we should live, how we should treat each other, Christ, the prophets, all of these brothers are these records are for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and that's it. It's nothing more. Any other questions? That was a good question. Any questions on this side of the room, man? I know y'all got some questions, man.
Nothing online right now.
Okay. Barack, what's going on, mighty man? Going Christ. All right, no sweat. All right, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 real quick.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Verse who is the nation not desired in America?
Israel, sir.
Black,
So-called
Hispanics,
black.
and Native American Indians. Keep going.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, man. This is an order from the Most High for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to put on all these brothers should put on all black and come into the ISUPK right now.
Damn
You
right.
understand? ASAP. This ain't a joke. You understand? We seeing the times right now, man. There's a cold war being fought between China and America right now. Right now, as we speak, America and China is fighting a cold war with one another. You understand? These countries are not playing with each other. The Most High is not playing. You understand? It is time for blacks, Hispanics, the Native American Indians, for one, to get up out of the Christian church. And for
Right.
two, get up out of the Christian church and your fake Israelite group. And for three, get up out of the Christian church and your Muslim mosque. Man.
That's right.
And come into the truth in the ISUPK. You understand? But in today's topic, you understand, we gonna get into the topic. And the topic is what was the topic again, Salakia?
Oh, you gonna
the
talk
spirit,
about
the spirit of Christ is warfare. You
Con.
understand?
Right.
And I get a lot of hecklers and a lot of questions and concerns about why the ISUPK dress the way they dress, why the ISUPK move the way they move, why we
Right.
talk the way we talk, why we carry ourselves the way we carry ourselves in such a warlike manner, man. You understand? And what we don't understand in the Christian church is that Christian church has dumbed us down into a people that is not a feared people, but a fearful people, man. You understand? We are people that's just afraid of everything, and nothing is afraid of us. You understand? We think that by becoming gangbangers and drug dealers and wearing gold grills and chains and things like that, that makes somebody scared of us. When the truth is, them police officers aren't scared of you, which is why they murder you.
That's right.
That's why they're not scared of you. You understand? Police officers, however, are scared of mafia. They're scared of them Italians. They don't just murder Italians. You understand? Because Italians strike fear in America. But us, we have become a people that has been broken down so much that it's nothing to kill a black man. It's nothing to kill a Hispanic man or woman. You understand? It's nothing to kill a Native American Indian man or woman, man. It's nothing. It's like stepping on an ant. It's like just whatever. The only thing white people are scared of is the judicial system. But they are not scared of you. And that's because of Christianity. Christianity has turned us from a nation of people that was a strong nation, that was a feared people amongst these nations, into a people that are just nothing but slaves.
Right.
Nothing but just athletes and dogs. You understand? I think I was watching, what's that movie? Blood and Bone. I was watching Blood and Bone, and the dude, what's that actor's name, man? I hate him. I don't hate him, but
Michael J. White, sir.
No, not him. He cool, but the other dude, the villain, I guess you would say, the other brother, he always like an evil dude in every movie. I think he the one who killed 50 Cent mom or something like that and Get Rich or Die Trying. You know who I'm talking about, man. Think about the movie Blood and Bone. You need to watch that.
No, not Ving.
It's definitely not Ving Rhames. Hold on, what's that? I gotta get this dude's name. Hold on. The African, man. Yeah, from Oz. Yeah, what's his name? Iman Walker. Is he African? Let me look.
I know he played African.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But everything he is, though.
Let me see, man. It seemed like everything I see him, man, he just in Oz, he was the Muslim dude, right?
He was African. He was out of Isupk.
Nah, that's not him.
Okay.
That's not him. This is a different dude, man. This I think, I don't know, man. Whatever. The point is, he might be from London or something. Let me see. Yeah, he was born in London, England.
Oh, he was the Muslim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't Oz,
Right.
but he was the Muslim.
God.
Yeah, so this dude, man, every movie I done seen him, man, I don't know. He just seemed like he always got the bad role to play.
Right.
But man, I done forgot my point going with that.
Watch Blood and Bone.
Yeah, okay. In Blood and Bone, there was a part he was trying to reach up in the underground street fighting, whatever, and reach up to the top, right? And the top dogs was like these rich white people who wear masks to the event, and it's like you got to pay $1 million or something like that to fight. And he's going up there. He's like, I'm not like the rest of them. I'm sophisticated. I don't curse. I don't do this. I just need a favor, because he found the Michael J. White, the fighter. He's like, yeah, this dude can kick your white boys behind, you feel me? And he go up there, he's like running it down. I'm this, I'm that, man. I got this fighter do this favor for me. I done did a lot of things for you. And the white dude is just like, I don't know, man. If I stick my neck out on the line for you, it's gonna whatever, there's suicide, right? If your fighter loses. And he's like, man, just keep it real with me, man. What is it? He's like, what's real is, he was like, he broke it down. I wish we could play the clip, man. But he was like, quite frankly, I don't have a need for you, other than your freakish athleticism, your outstanding rhythm, the way that you sing and the way you dance. Quite frankly, your kind is entertaining to mine. And he was like, at the end of it, he was like, just be honest. Do you set a place at the dinner table for your pit bulls? He said, now, is that real enough for you?
Good night.
And that was the realest thing that a white man can say.
For real.
That was real. And he had to tell him, man. He was just like, he was mad. You understand? But that was reality. That was reality. We have become a nation that is not fearful. So it doesn't matter how big we think we get playing football or how big we get playing basketball. The second you decide to not stand for the national anthem, they'll show you how much of a dog you are to America. They'll show you how much they could give a damn about anything you can do. Your athleticism ain't going to get you nowhere. You understand? And we've been taught that through Christianity, that being this way is a godly way. That by being a bow tie suit wearing, pinstripe alligator shoe wearing, clean shaven, clean cut every 2-week guy is the way that is a godly way, and that's just how we should be. When that is not the spirit of Christ, man.
Right.
Christ had the spirit of warfare, man. And we've been beaten down until people that have been pacified throughout Christianity, which is witchcraft.
That's right.
You understand? We've been had a spell put on us through the way of witchcraft, what has had beaten us down into just a weak nation of people, man. You understand? Give me Numbers chapter 22 and verse 2. And then give me in the Apocrypha, give me First Maccabees chapter 14 and verse 9. Give me First Maccabees first. Was it Numbers 22 and 2? And give me
Maccabees first.
Give me Maccabees first, and give me Exodus chapter 15 and 3. Come.
So, Lockley, sir, you want to go ahead with the First Maccabees?
Come.
Okay. Be the first book of Maccabees, chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets.
Now, the ancient men sat all in the streets. You understand? Keep going. This is talking about who?
Salaki, sir, Israelites.
This is Israelites. You understand? Keep going.
Kind. Communing together of good things.
Communing together of good things. It's just a normal day. It's just a normal day. If you read up, you understand, it's just talking about people that's just in the streets. They just chilling. They just, you understand, tilling their ground and just planting, tilling the soil. It's just a normal day. You understand? Keep reading.
And the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
The young men put on what?
Glorious and warlike apparel.
They put on glorious and warlike apparel. They didn't wear pinstripe suits, man. You understand? They put on glorious warlike apparel. You understand? They look like soldiers ready to go kill at any point in time. You understand? Which is what you would need. Which is what you would need in a nation that has to defend itself. You would need men who was ready to go to war, right? When you see army men, what are they wearing?
Army
fatigue. Why? Because at any given point in time, if Koreans start floating down, they're ready for what? They're ready for war. You understand? That's why they rock their boots, even though they're going to Walmart. You look at them. Next time, just look at them. Like, you're not on base.
Yeah, right.
You don't have a rifle in your arm, but they're in full uniform because that's their life. They're soldiers. They're militant. You understand? Right. But of course, because of Christianity, it has almost become a sin for us to be militant.
Right.
It's become a sin for black people to look like they're ready for war, to look like they're ready to go and kill and ready to die. Yes. It's almost become a sin for us to be masculine, to be strong. You understand? You have to look clean. You have to look gay for you to be a man of God, according to the Christian church.
Right.
But of course, in the Isupk, we're the most masculine men on the face of the planet, man.
Goddamn right.
Why we strike fear in the face of our oppressor everywhere we go. You understand? We walk into the Walmart or we walk into the Whole Foods. We walk into the Whole Foods, boots, braids, beards, and covers on, scaring all the lily white people to death. They think we come there to take over all of everything. You understand? When we walk in there, when it's just a normal day for us. We ain't coming to do nothing to nobody. The ancient men sat in the streets, communing together of good things. Meaning what? These old niggas just talking about football.
Right.
They talking about drinking malt liquor
Right.
and playing cards and dice.
That's right.
And then the young men did what? Read it one more time.
Come on.
Mhm.
And the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
And them young men put on glorious, man. They put on them garments out. They got them level 3 plates, man. They got them Johns. My shit sparkled in gold, nigga. My level 3 plate is golden. You understand? I got the vest, man, the bulletproof vest, but my junk got the studs on it, man. You understand? I got the fringes on the whatever, man. You understand? They wore glorious warlike apparel, man. And it's glorious unto the Lord because the Lord is what, man? Give me Exodus. What's the other one I asked for? Exodus 15:3. Why was it glorious unto the Lord that the young men dressed like this? Yeah, I want Maccabees too. You understand? This the way that the young men dressed and that warlike apparel was glorious unto the Lord. But why was it glorious? Read it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
Because the Lord is a man of war.
That's right.
They're right.
That's why it's glorious for his young men to be dressed like that. To be dressed like they ready for warfare. Because their father is all about that business.
That's right.
That's the business of the Most High. It's warfare. About fighting. You understand? And that's what he is. He's a man of war. Read it one more time.
Book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. You understand? Now go back to let's go. Got asked for one more. What was it? Well then give me Maccabees first. We read that one?
Yeah, we did Maccabees. We haven't done
all right, let's go to Numbers then. So let me get there first and make sure that's the right spot.
Numbers 22 and what?
2. You read from verse 1.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho.
So now we talking about Israelites here, man. These Israelites, you understand, they went to the plains of Moab. You understand? And they started to set up camp near them, near the Moabites. You understand? Right where? This side Jordan by Jericho. So this is where we at. Keep going.
Verse 2. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites.
And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. You understand? Meaning what? What did Israel do to the Amorites?
Like I said, did they crush them?
We killed them too. We killed every oxen. We killed every living thing that the Amorites had. There is no more Amorites. We killed them. We murdered all of them. You understand? And Balak seen what we did to the Amorites. You understand? And what do you think Balak saw in that day? Or what do you think he felt towards the nation of Israel? Remember, these are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that we're talking about. What do you think he felt when he seen these people, knowing that these Israelites just slaughtered them Amorites?
So like I said, he saw a strong warlike nation, you know.
But he felt a what?
So, if I may, to answer your question, he saw fear. He thought he had fear.
He feared them.
He
feared this.
He didn't even really, if I may, he when it says he saw what they did, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's almost like you hear about, I heard this knocked out like 3 niggas. He's like, I saw what you did. I saw what you, But so
it's a
scene.
Just think about that time when just think about, I don't know if you've seen the Wu-Tang Clan, right? But it's a dude in that movie. I forget his name, man. What's that dude's name? Everybody was scared of him. Attila comes.
Don't tell me nothing about the second season, bro.
No, it's not. It's the first season. Attila come through, man, and everybody's like, oh man, Attila out. Imagine you a nigga that you're not even from Staten Island. Right. You don't know nothing about Attila. You from New Jersey. You
right.
Moved here. And everybody like Attila. When you see him, you like, let me move out the way.
Right.
You don't know nothing about him. You never seen what he did. But it's that fearfulness that we had. It was the way we carried ourselves. It was the way we dressed. It was the way we moved, the way we talked, the way we dealt with one another. And they knew that we would kill them. Just because why? Because they heard what?
That's right.
We just slaughtered them Amorites.
That's right.
And that's what we do.
That's right.
You say what?
So like it's a reputation, sir.
You could say the word reputation, right? You could use that. You understand? But they didn't see us as they didn't see us as George Floyd.
That's right.
They didn't see us as Sandra Bland or Trayvon Martin or Eric Garner. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Moab was sore afraid of the people.
And these Chinese people were scared. These Chinamen were scared of them Israelites. So you see them niggas over there setting up camp? They about to do. They scared. They shaking in their boots. And they like, yo. Translation. You heard what they did to the Amorites? Man. I don't know what we gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, so now they scared. Keep going.
Come on.
Huh?
Because they were many.
Because they were many. Meaning what? What is so important about the fact that they were many? Remember, Moab is a kingdom. This is a nation of people with a military. What do you think would usually happen if a kingdom is afraid of something?
Oh, Slacky, sir. They'll send their army to go meet
They'll
that
go
one.
fight them.
Yeah, come.
They will go kill them. You understand? If another nation comes on the border of Korea and starts setting up shop, what do you think Korea is going to do? He's going to kill them. But this was a situation in which you couldn't just murder them. Right. This wasn't a 10-to-2 ratio. This was I don't know about this one. If we just go to war with them, they might murder us all because it's too many of them. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Shalaki. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel.
Keep going.
Verse 4. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, Now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field.
They said what? Read it one more time.
Come. Now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field.
Meaning what? We was doing what?
Shalaki, we was taking over everything.
Man, we was drinking the rivers dry.
Come.
We was taking everything we wanted, everything we saw. He said, "This is for God's people.
Right.
This is for God's people.
That's
This belongs to me. This belongs to me. You understand? This plot of land belongs to me." And we were taking it because it was rightfully ours. And it didn't matter if it wasn't ours because we was going to take it anyway. You understand? Keep going. It's like as a ox licketh up the grass of a field. You understand? It's eating everything. Right. Taking all the resources around this place. Like a nigga. You understand? Keep going.
Come. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time.
So this is the king. You understand? This is the king who had saw what the Israelites had done to the Amorites. And of course, like the officer brought out, you understand, he had heard what had happened. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, there is a people come out from Egypt.
So now he's saying what? These niggas who just came out of Egypt, you understand, he's sending for help. He's saying these people is down there, man. They just came out of Egypt. You remember that peace treaty we had? Yeah, we gonna need that. We need to get your guns. Go on.
Right.
Get your stuff. Like these. Come with me. Right. We gotta do something about this. Keep going.
Come. Salakia. There's a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth.
They too. Imagine the movie 300 and how Xerxes was talking when he said, "We drink the rivers dry. The earth shakes when we move." You understand? This was how they was looking at us. They was looking at us like, God damn, the hell is that? Imagine a bunch of what's the Kimbo Slices and a bunch of Shaquille O'Neals and LeBron James and a bunch of Benny Siegels, I don't know what the hell else. Muggsy Bogues was probably out there too.
Right.
And slicing up everything,
man,
man.
fast.
Just mad fast. Like they saying Usain Bolt just run. They just
Right.
wake up in the it's dusk till dawn. They open up the window and all they see is what the hell is that? They just did you see that horse? I think that was a man. He was out there just running. That is
It's like
good.
It's like if I mess with you, what you bring it out is heavy. Just to visualize it in so many ways. It's like I was just watching Lord of the Rings again. I was watching part 2.
One of my favorite trilogies, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the only trilogies that like was good. And the second one and the third one was good. You know?
So like in the second one, when when they was at Helm's Deep, right?
Yeah.
And they was like trapped,
Right.
and they who ended up the elves had to come help them out because them orcs was coming, and it was like an army like no one had ever seen. I hate these as an example because the orcs lost, but you get my point. Like they needed extra help,
Right?
Because of who was coming to deal with them. So like,
and that was what that fear is what it was. Now, of course, in the Lord of the Rings, some BS.
Right.
They got ghosts coming from ships and stuff.
Right.
That's not true. You understand? But it's essentially like the same feeling that you would have by looking at these people because again, we talking about niggas. We ain't talking about an army of Koreans. I know they post all them videos of them doing all that crazy stuff, but let's be honest. If you seen 10 Korean dudes walking down the street, are you bowing your neck to that?
Hell no.
I don't care if I'm by myself. If I see 10 Korean, I don't care if they're Korean gangsters.
Right.
There is nothing about their continents that is and you know the sad part about this is that even when Koreans try to be gangsters, who do they imitate? You. They try to be, they think that by being more like you is being more scary.
Right.
But they couldn't do it. If Koreans walked in here right now and said, yeah, we blood.
Right.
That's right.
You understand? Like on some real, like you're not scary. You're not doing it. You understand? Oh, Salagi.
It's like a short course. You get that.
Okay, gotcha. You understand? They don't have that, man. The Hawaiians, they crazy as hell, man. They be doing that extra stuff. They be doing that in football all the time, man. I just be looking like, I'm about to give you a concussion, nigga. You just doing too much. Man. But the point is that they were scared of us, man. We were a nation of people to be feared, right? Keep going.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
And they abide over against me.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Come now, therefore,
Mm-hmm.
I pray thee,
Uh-huh.
curse me this people.
So now, what is the Moabite king doing? Now, first of all, Israel ain't laid a hand on the Moabites. But he said what? He's so scared that he told them what? He said, these people are against me. They trying to come kill me. You understand? We ain't laid a hand against him. We just chilling. We just probably partying for real. You understand? But he's talking to this witch, which is who he's talking to. He's talking to a witch, right? And he's saying, come now and curse these people. Keep going.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
For they are too mighty for me.
For they are what?
For they are too mighty for me.
But they are too mighty for me. You understand? Now, this witch is not like what we think witches are. You understand? Because of TV and Hollywood, we believe witches to be someone who is mixing up potions and boiling up stuff with the thing on their nose and riding on broomsticks. That is not a witch. You understand? A witch is Kirk Franklin.
Right.
Kirk Franklin is a witch. You understand? Politicians are witches. Your Christian leader is a goddamn witch. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Peradventure, I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. Verse 7. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hand. And they came unto Balaam and spake unto him the words of Balak. And he said unto them, lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Lord shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam. Verse 9. And the Most High came unto Balaam and said, what men are these with thee? Verse 10. And Balaam said unto the Most High, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me.
So now the witch is doing what? He's speaking to the Most High, right? Keep going.
God. Verse 11. Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them. Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. Verse 12. And the Most High said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed.
Meaning what? The Lord said what? What is happening here?
All right, so like if I could, he's asking the Most High for help to destroy his enemies. The Israelites are there, but the Lord has said,
Who is asking for help?
oh, Salakia, the leader, the king of Moab. What's his name? Just what's his name? Salakia.
This isn't the king of Lord. This isn't Balak. This isn't Balak. The witch is speaking to the Most High so that he can curse these people, right? You understand? This is what you would call this like this divination is what your modern day tarot card. This is where those witches go into the card reading. It's a reading, right? They take the cards and they say they call themselves speaking to the Most High and they say what? Should my son go to this school? And he'll get a reading and the reading will say, no, don't do that. It's bad. Of course I don't do it, so I don't know exactly how they read it, right? My grandparents do it and they'll do a bunch of readings on different things. And they'll say, you shouldn't do this, or you should do that, or you shouldn't do this, or you should do that. You understand? So this is what's happening here. This is what this witch is doing. And where was we at? Verse what?
It's like
Verse 12?
God.
All right. And so now the witch is asking for help, or he's talking to the Most High, and the Most High is saying what?
Salakia. That thou shalt not go with them.
No, I'm asking you. Your own words. What's happening here?
But the Most High is saying that you can't stop them because they are blessed. Blessed by him.
Right. He's saying don't. He's telling him don't try to curse these people. Right?
Okay, so slightly. If they're blessed by him, well, even if they tried, they could. So I mean, that is that in that kind of what he's
No, they could. He could curse them.
Oh, God, yeah, right. Kind of a concept.
But what would happen to him?
Oh, it's like would he be cursed too? No, I mean his people.
Are Israelites blessed by God?
La'ah.
We're not. Are we not God's chosen people?
Come on, sir, but we're under the punishment though, right? So
are we?
So
because we're under a punishment, right?
Come on.
So what does that then mean for white people who curse us, who murder us, who rape our women?
Okay, it's like come on, because
you're right. We're under a punishment. We're under a cursing, vexation that comes from the Lord.
Come on.
This cursing, vexation comes from the Most High.
Right.
But even though we're under a punishment, what does that mean for our oppressors who try to harm us, who murder us, who kill us?
Oh, well, they're doubly wrong for doing that while we're under this punishment.
Think about it in plain terms. Our oppressors do kill us.
Yeah, right.
So what happens to them?
Nothing, sir.
Young man. Think about it. This witch is saying, should I curse these people? The Lord is saying these people are blessed.
Yeah.
You understand? Think of Hitler.
Okay,
right? Think of when Hitler wrote in his notes and he said, God's chosen people are enslaved in America.
Right.
Think about what Hitler said that. What should white people do then when he said that?
Stop messing with the Lord's people.
Why?
Because these are the Lord's people.
Why? You was on it, but then you lost it. Hitler said that. Look, young man, you had something? Hitler said God's chosen people over there in America, enslaved. White people should do what? They should stop.
Right.
But they don't. You understand? When King David had went to the temple to get the sword of Goliath and to get shewbread from the priest, when all of the other men did not want to slaughter the priest from the orders of King Saul, who was the only one who did it?
That Edomite.
The Edomite. So this heathen, here we are again. What you got? Think, right? If Hitler says this is God's people and they're enslaved in America, white people should do what?
Leave us alone.
They should leave you alone. They should say, these are God's people. Maybe we shouldn't kill them. Maybe we shouldn't rape their women. But why? Think about, okay, how can you think about this in a way whereas it's family ties? Think about it as a family. And the Lord is our Father. These heathens should leave you alone. You're my brother. Somebody comes to me and says, yo, that dude over there, he stole $10 from me. Should I go him up? Should I go slice his throat right now? Nah, you shouldn't. Why shouldn't he go slice my brother's throat? Because then I'll slice his throat. Because then I'll kill him. You was right with protection, but I want the carnal answer. Because Hitler said that the God's chosen people is in America being slaves. Our oppressors should stop murdering us because God is going to kill them. God is going to put them to death because they curse us, because they put us in slavery. So they should stop. It's the right thing to do. But that Edomite couldn't stop. His countenance is just to kill. He has to do it. And so God now has to kill him. Now this witch is asking the same thing. Should I curse this people? And the Most High is saying what? Why?
Because I will punish you.
Because then he's going to kill you.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
What was that? Count through what? And the Most High said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed.
Meaning what? They're under my protection. Right? Keep going.
Verse 13. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak.
This story is almost the same as Pontius Pilate and his wife, where Pontius Pilate's wife had a vision, right? That Christ was the Son of God, that this was the Messiah for the Jews, and that Pontius Pilate should not have this man put to death. But of course, because of what Pontius Pilate did do, you understand, his people is still going to pay for what happened to Christ. You understand? Right. Keep going.
Come. Slakia. And the princes of Moab rose up. Oh, Slakia, I skipped the part. Get you into your land, for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you. Verse 14. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak, and said, Balaam refuseth to come with us.
So they go back to report to the king, and they say the witch ain't coming. He ain't doing the job. He refused. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, verse 15. And Balak sent yet again princes, more and more honorable than they.
So he sent more. He sent captains of 13,000s. You understand? He sent out the officers of thousands and 100 and 500s. He said, man, y'all go handle this, man.
Right.
Witch to do the job. They said, man, that ain't work, man. Let me send out the captains of 10,000 and 13,000. Maybe they're more skilled and convincing and that to get this witch to do this job for me, right? Keep going.
Come, verse 16. And they came to Balaam and said to him, thus saith Balak, the son of Zippor, let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me.
Well, they saying what? Don't let nothing stop you, man. Right. Look, they trying to convince him. They're trying to convince him, right? Keep going.
Okay, verse 17. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people.
They're saying, I'll do what? I'll give you everything. I'll give you this. I'll give you money. I'll give you riches. I'll give you the keys to the city to just come curse this people. Come curse them. Now, what is the curse?
Salaki, sir, destruction, like going to war with them. He's asking these people, hey, go to war for me against this people.
He's not asking that. Remember, he can't go to war with them.
Kind, but he's still asking somebody to curse him, right?
Right? A curse is, remember, a curse. He's asking for a curse. He's not asking for an allegiance. He's not asking for you to. He's not asking Balaam to get his people to come and fight alongside the Moabites against the Israelites. He's not asking for that. He's asking for a curse. What is the curse, young man? When we think about this, right? We're thinking about witchcraft in a Hollywood way. We're thinking about witchcraft as in the way of, I need to curse Thabawan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a potion that I give Thabawan, and then when I give it to him, he's gonna take the knife out of his pocket and slit his throat. That's not gonna happen, right? This curse is something more realistic. Picture yourself at this time. You have a nation of people. You're the king of a kingdom, and you're sitting on a throne, and you have a people outside of your walls, outside of your castle, who could potentially slaughter you and take over your kingdom. But you cannot fight them hand to hand. You can't go fight them, and so you need a witch to curse this people, which means you have to do what? What is the curse that they're asking for?
It's like sabotage, like maybe sabotaging, or it's like say something against their reputation. I'm thinking of.
Yeah. You close by saying mentally. What is the curse?
Integrate them, like have them bring them, like the young man was saying, like kind of accept them, let them come in without any kind of like war.
Think about the topic. Think about the topic of the class. Think about what we're talking about. Think about who the Lord is. Think about who we were. Think about who we were. Who was King David? Who was King David like?
Man of war, sir.
He was a goddamn killer. Right, go back to verse 3. Read verse 3 one more time.
Salakia. The book of Numbers, chapter 22 and verse 3. And Moab was sore afraid of the people.
The Moab was what?
Sore afraid of the people.
So what was the curse? Why was Moab afraid of this people?
Oh, because they were very fearful, warlike people.
They were scary.
Okay.
What is the curse?
To make them peaceful people.
What is the curse? It's right in front of you. You just read it.
The fear.
So what is the curse? What does the curse do to this people?
Make the Israel, like the young man said, make the Israelites fearful. No.
It's probably thinking of a different word, but you own it. Make the Israelites what? I ain't gonna make the Israelites scared. Remember, this curse it's not witchcraft in the way that we think of it. This curse is very much real, and it's happened to us today. This curse is on us now. We have this curse.
Well, Salakia, I mean, make them well, see, if their numbers are greater, they can't be afraid of the Moabites. So
Exactly, right?
Right, come
If
on.
our numbers are greater, then why would we ever be afraid of the Moabites?
Right.
But who's afraid of who?
The Moabites are afraid of the Israelites.
So what is the curse?
Because I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what could they possibly do to the Israelites here? But see, I
Everybody
can't.
online want to take a shot. Any comments on the online? What is the curse? Moab is scared of the Israelites.
Right.
He's asking for a curse. He's not trying to just follow the way of the heathens. Think about what he's asking directly. It's almost like, okay, if your car won't start and you're asking for a prayer for the car, what is the prayer? To start. So these people are scared of the Israelites and they're asking for a curse on them, then what is the curse?
Stop. Be killed.
No.
The curse.
Okay, put it like this. What's Attila? Attila's scary, right? Debo is scary, right? If you're scared of Debo and you want to put a curse on Debo, your curse isn't going to kill Debo. That's Hollywood. That's a witchcraft potion. He's dead now. But even if he was dead, are you still scared of Debo? Yes. The memory of Debo would frighten you. The memory of Attila would frighten you. Debo would haunt your dreams. You would walk in nighttime and you would see a big shadow of a bald-headed man and you would say, I thought it was Debo. He died 2 years ago. I thought it was Debo. Ooh, you're scared of him still. So what is the curse?
To make them less frightening, sir.
To make us something to not be scared of. To make us a nation of people to not be feared. To turn us into something that Moabites no longer fear anymore. So how do they do that? How do you do it? How do you turn Debo into something that's not fearful anymore? You don't kill him. But what do?
You give them Christianity.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Jesus Christ. You give them Kirk Franklin. Right. You give them Martin Luther King. You give them Jesse Jackson. You put them into the Christian church. The Christian church is a place where you go to have this curse put on you. It's the place where you go to be clean shaven, where you go to have a haircut every 2 weeks, where you wear pinstripe suits and gator skin silks, where you go to look like a people who is not to be feared by anyone. You look like a harmless people. You look like a people who is not a warlike people. They're no longer scared of you. You understand? You have gone and changed the countenance of this people, which is what the curse is, which is what we are today. It's not because our numbers are different. It's not because we became weaker. We're still the fastest. We're still the strongest. We're still the smartest. But no one fears us. No one fears us because of Kirk Franklin, because of gospel music, because of what we do in the Christian church. Because of Christmas, white people will never be scared of you. Right. They'll never fear you because you're a big kid celebrating Christmas. You want to know how you make Debo not scary anymore? Put him in a wig and a dress and make him run around like Tyler Perry. Right. Now black men are no longer scary. You understand? Right. They're no longer scary because you convinced him to get rid of his warlike apparel and to put on a goddamn dress. Right. You done convinced him to get rid of his boots, braids, and beards and to put on a pinstripe suit. You done convinced them that a man of God is someone who is soft-spoken, someone who is bald and clean-shaven. You convinced him that that is what a man of God is, but not someone who looks like, what's the brother's name? Kimbo Slice. Right. Not someone who looks like Commander General Yohana. You convinced them that looking like Kirk Franklin is where your power lies. You was sent, who is his name? Martin Luther King is a goddamn witch for black people. And what did they get? What did Kirk Franklin get? Go back to verse 16. Go back to verse 16. Young man. They gave him what? They gave him power. You understand? They promoted him. Read verse 17.
Come on. Verse 17. For I will promote thee.
For I will do what?
Promote thee.
You think Tyler Perry's first idea was to wear a goddamn dress? You think when Tyler Perry was acting, he saw a future in wearing a dress and a wig? There is some white man who said that will destroy black people. That will keep doing that. Whatever, your other stuff is okay, but keep doing that. Put on that dress. Put on that dress and that wig and dance around so that you can further destroy your people, because we can't just kill them. We can't just go out there to the gates of Moab and go to war with these people. So we have to curse them. We have to teach them and trick them into believing that wearing a dress is okay.
That's right.
We have to trick them into believing that being emasculated is okay. That tapping into the emotional and being effeminate is okay for them. Because then we can destroy them. Because there will be no more men to fear. There will be no more men amongst the nation of Israel, which is why there's no men in the nation, in blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian communities. Which is why women say, "Where's the men at? Where are all the real men at?" Well, they're wearing dresses. The real men wear dresses now. The real men sing and dance in a Christian church while their brothers are dying by the hands of their oppressors. They sing hallelujah with the same man who's murdering them, because they become a people who are no longer to be feared. We're no longer the same people. You understand? We wear dresses. You understand? Think about Snoop Dogg. Think about Snoop Dogg and back in the 80s? We think of Snoop Dogg in the 80s, and what did Snoop Dogg become prominent about? What did they push for Snoop Dogg to do? Keep smoking weed. We like that. There was some white man in the back of some room who said, "Yeah, keep smoking that weed." Even though what? Smoking is illegal in the 80s. Right. Marijuana has been an illegal drug for the past 25 years, but yet Snoop Dogg is loved by everybody. He is loved by all people on the face of the planet Earth because he pushes something that is going to destroy you. He pushes something that little black boys are going to look up to and adapt and think is cool, so that you can no longer be a people that Moabites fear. Right. So that you can no longer be a people that are to be reckoned with. You don't have the same strength that King David had. You don't have the same strength that we had when we fought against the Palestinians or when we slaughtered the Amorites. You don't have the same strength because you got Kirk Franklin now. You got Snoop Dogg now. You got, who else? What's some other idiots? John Legend. You got John Legend now. John Legend is your leader. He's the one you listen to. He tells you who to vote for. He tells you what to wear. He's your trendsetter. You look at him as a leader for black people. You follow John Legend and Kirk Franklin. And because of that, we die in the streets of America. Right. Because of that, George Floyd lost his life. Because his people, who will fear Tyler Perry? Who the hell looks at Tyler Perry and says, "Yeah, we can't kill his people, because if we kill his people, we got Tyler Perry to deal with"? Who says that? Who says you know who you can't mess with? Koreans. You can't mess with Koreans. Are Koreans as fearful as us? No, they don't look scary, but mess with them. Mess with a Korean and see what Korea does. See how they move. See how militant they are. See how they love one another and their nation. But us, we do what? Our life is to, get high and just put on dresses, and I don't know. Of course, my life has been shortly lived, but long enough to forget what we did in the world. My life, of course, is to be in warlike apparel in the Isupk under Command General Hunter. You understand? Which is why we strike fear in every person that we come across everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, we step into the clubs and everyone's attention is all on us. Why? Because they look like that's not normal. They're not normal. The way that they walk is not normal. The way that they talk is not normal. The things that they say is not normal. They're not normal. When we're at camp, you understand? General Hyman said it best. When we're at camp, people look at you and they see angels. They see something that is astronomical, something they've never seen before, because it's not normal. And that is what the nation of Israel was, which is why this Moabite king did what? He was scared of a people who did nothing to him. We didn't come to the gates of Moab, coming to destroy him. We went and go stood beside some river and started setting up a camp just to sleep. And he seen us and feared us. But he sent witchcraft onto us, man. And that witchcraft is Christianity, man. It's the belief that being a child of God is to be a faggot.
Right.
The being a child of God is to be a homosexual, to be scared of every goddamn thing, to be soft-spoken and say, yes, why are you raising your voice, sir? We shouldn't raise our voice in here. And I seen the most disgusting. I wish they could put this video up, man. And it was the funniest thing, man, where I think the pastor, they was trying to come up there to do something, right? They was all in line. And the pastor was like, and if we would all get here on time, then I wouldn't be having to rush everybody off the stage. And somebody was like, this is God's house. You shouldn't be rushing nobody off the stage. It was like, watch your mouth in God's house. I don't give a fuck about you. So like, he's like, I don't give a damn about your house, nigga. And they went back and forth. But it's so funny because the pastor was like, he was saying the most heinous things, but he's just like, you're such an idiot. I'll kill you tomorrow with a knife, and I'll stab you, and I'll kill your whole family, and I'll blow everybody up in this. Of course, it's not Woody. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's saying something. He's saying in the most soft-spoken way, and I couldn't help but think that this was the gayest thing I've ever saw. This is gay. You understand? This is homosexual. This is what we've become, where you can't even raise your voice, or they think raising your voice has become a sin. Speaking loud has become a sin. Get me raise your voice as a trumpet. But of course, in a Christian church, we're supposed to be learning about who? We're supposed to be learning about God. We're supposed to be being like the children of God in the Bible. But in the Christian church, we're taught to be the complete opposite.
Isaiah 58.
God, we're taught to be the complete opposite in the church. You understand? And it's disgusting, man. Every damn church I've ever seen in my life, man, have been the same. You got to be soft-spoken, well-shaven, bald head. Don't curse too much, even though they curse all the damn time.
Right.
Don't be too money hungry, even though they're the most greediest, pig scheming, whatever word I can think of, they are it in the Christian. I remember having a teacher named Pastor Purvis. I wonder if he is still preaching. And I remember this man coming to school with his money and showing a bunch of high schoolers how much money he had for Pastor Appreciation Week. And he did it like it was something to be proud of. And this was somebody we're supposed to be looking up to. That is Christianity, man. But let's see what the Lord says about raising your voice. Read it.
Come on, the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud.
It says what?
Cry aloud.
No, speak soft.
Cry aloud.
Well, you have to watch your mouth in the house of God.
Cry aloud.
Brother, you don't have to speak in that tone.
Cry aloud.
Brother,
Cry aloud.
It says to cry aloud.
That's right.
You understand? Speak as the voice of many waters, man.
Damn right.
To raise your voice, man. Like the sound of trumpets, man. To speak like a man did, man. Because that's how we did things, man. We didn't speak softly. We ain't talk with kindness, man, and with gratitude, man. We told you to stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster.
That's right.
Lest the Lord kill you, man.
Right.
To stop celebrating Christmas, man.
Right.
Lest the Lord kill you for it, man.
Right.
Why? Because you need to hear this, man. You don't need me speaking soft to you, man.
Right.
Because it's stupid, man. It's stupid to believe that speaking softly is going to get the point across. When you want your children to hear you, what do?
You raise your voice, man. You say, man. You don't say, Don't touch that stove, little one. You don't say that. You want to save their life. You raise your voice, man. Read it again.
Book of Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not.
Spare not, man. Meaning what? Don't spare the feelings of somebody who may be offended, man. Don't give a damn about how you feel because we speak against homosexuality, man. Don't give a damn about how you feel because we tell you that if you a gangbanger, then you are a goddamn homosexual, man. That's right. You the weakest brother on the face of the planet Earth, man. Don't give a damn how you feel about what we talking about, man. You in a Christian church, then you are not in the truth, man. You are an idiot, man. You are an idiot in that Christian church, man. Dying, man. Our people been dying in that goddamn church. And you think that by staying in there for another year, that somehow our condition will change, man. When we dying in there, you are an idiot, man. Read it again.
Cry aloud. Spare not.
Homosexuality is disgusting. Read it again.
Cry aloud. Spare not.
BET is a lie. Read the last part.
Spare not.
Christianity is a joke.
Spare not.
Sleeping with heathen women is a sin.
Spare not.
Eating shrimp, crab, pork, and
That's
lobster is disgusting.
Spare not.
Islam is a joke, man. Your Christian pastor is a liar. Don't spare none of their feelings, man, because this is the truth. This is the truth, man, and it's coming from the words of the Most High. These ain't my words. These ain't my words. Read it one more time.
Book of Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Raise your voice, man. Raise your voice and teach them what they doing wrong, man. Show black people how they supposed to be living, man. How they should be living. Who they should love. Who they should marry. What they should and should not eat. And what holidays they should and should not worship. Keep going.
And show my people their transgression.
And show my people their transgression, man. If you in a Christian church, man, then you are in sin, man.
That's right.
You going to church on Sunday, then you're living a life in sin, man. And God hates it, man.
That's right.
God hates you for going into that Christian church, man. God hates it, man. Why do you think Christ went into that church, man, and whipped them out? Why do you think he did it, man? You understand? Because they were making a whorehouse out of it, man. And what is in the Christian church today? It ain't nothing but a whorehouse, man. It ain't nothing but a place for you to go and be cursed by their tambourines, man. By that music, man. By that gospel music, making you forget about Trayvon Martin.
Right.
Making you forget about Sandra Bland and George Floyd, man. That's all that Christianity is a pacifying tool to make you weak, man.
That's right.
To make you give a damn, man, about what Dylan Storm Roof did to you inside of your goddamn church, man. Make you forgive him, man. Where there is no place on the planet Earth that has that same love for their enemy.
That's right.
You can't find nowhere else on the planet Earth that has that same love for their enemy. The white America, though they claim to be Christian, did not have that same love for them terrorists, man.
Right.
For them, what they call them? The Taliban who bombed them Twin Towers, man. They ain't had that love. They ain't had the love that Christianity teaches us to have, man. That's how you know that it is witchcraft, man.
Right.
It is a curse that is put on black people to make us not be feared by anyone, man. But to be a people that looks, they're not scary. This is a people, man, you know, you can murder their people.
Right.
You know what? Yeah, come here. Koreans, Africans, Middle Easterns, yeah, set up shop in their neighborhood.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Set up shop in their neighborhood. Yeah, they kill each other, but they ain't gonna bother you. You understand? They're too busy looking at Tyler Perry putting on dresses, man. They too busy, man, living a life of gang banging. They're too busy chasing something. You know who else is a witch? Jay-Z.
Right.
Jay-Z is a goddamn witch, man. And he puts a curse on black people.
That's right.
How else do you get rich in America? By promoting something that is illegal.
Right.
How do you do it in a place that's illegal without it being a curse? What else could it be? How do you push gangster music?
How do you push selling drugs and murdering your people and get rich and famous in a place where it's illegal? Right. Do you think someone would get rich about if they talked about murdering Donald Trump? How do you know? Did Colin Kaepernick get rich for not standing for the flag? No, he did not. It's witchcraft, man. It is a spell that is put on you. Now you look at Jay-Z and you say, I want to be like Jay-Z. And what do you have to do to be like Jay-Z? Well, you got to kill somebody. You got to sell some drugs. You have to whore your women out. What do you want to do if you want to be like Snoop Dogg? Well, you're going to have to do pills.
Right.
You're going to have to be a drug addict. If you want to be like Snoop Dogg and rap like how Snoop Dogg raps and live and drive cars like Snoop Dogg drives, you're going to have to do drugs. How else you going to do it? How are you going to be as successful as Tyler Perry? How are you going to do it if you want to be an actor? Well, you're going to have to sleep with white men. You're going to have to put on a dress. You're going to have to put on a wig. You're going to have to do it. And you'll be promoted. You'll get the same promotion that the king of Moab, that Balak, was offering Balaam.
Right.
You'll get the same promotion in the kingdom of America that Balak offered Balaam. But you must first put on a dress. You want to be Will Smith? You must first sleep with a white man in bed.
Good.
On camera. You're going to have to do it. That's the only way. You're going to have to destroy your people. You want to become a detective and get raised up in the ranks of LAPD? What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to murder your people.
Right.
You're going to have to oppress your people if you want to be the highest paid detective in LAPD or NYPD or DPD. You're going to have to do it. You want to make it in America, you are going to have to be a curse unto your people, because fighting for your people and being strong for black men and black women, you will not survive. You will not make it. You'll suffer the same fate that Colin Kaepernick suffered. You understand? You want to make it in America, you be a good Christian. You be a good Christian boy. You understand? Which is what this, give me the scripture of he was the mark. Give me the mark of the beast. Real quick, what time we got? Yeah, give me the mark of the beast real quick. Of course, Christians believe, and this is off topic, but of course, Christians believe that the mark of the beast is some mark in your forehead that you understand that the devil is going to come up out of the ground and touch you like E.T. did in the movies, and your head will glow. And I don't know, what do Christians think the mark of the beast is?
Some of them think it's the microchip.
Oh, yeah, the microchip. The mark of the beast is some kind of microchip that's going, if you don't take the microchip, you ain't going to be able to buy a Pepsi from a goddamn vending machine. Huh? Right.
That's not the mark. I don't have the mark of the beast, right? Stop it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So magically, I don't have the mark of the beast right now. But there's a cell phone in my pocket, laptop in my bag, iPad, all this technology. There's a chip in my Wi-Fi joint at my house, my PlayStation, but that ain't the mark of the beast. It's when they put it in my wrist or something.
There's more black men in prison than there is men in the U.S. military, period. Get that through your head.
Right.
There are more black men. I'm not talking about men in prison. There are more black men in prison. Black men, not Chinese and whites. Right. Not even Mexicans. I'm not even talking about Mexicans. Black men alone. There are more black men in prison than there is in the Navy, the Coastal Guard, the Marines, the Army, and the Air Force, all put in one. They don't need a chip to put you in prison no more.
That's right.
They don't need generic locators to find you and get you and put you in prison. They have enough. They got a lot of us. Go ahead, read what you got.
Okay. Book of Revelation, chapter 13.
Go ahead, Tabawan, what you got?
Salaki, sir. I just wanted to say to them fake Israelites, to them, so a brother with a chip in his wrist or something, he got the mark of the beast, but some devil homosexual Republican who's like, I ain't getting the chip. He don't got the mark of the beast. Salaki. He's good.
Good night, man. Yeah, and again, like the brother said, you got a chip in your cell phone, a chip in your laptop, a chip in your AirPods, got chips in it. The TV in your house has a chip in it. You have a security camera system in your house. You have Siri. Your cookies are on your laptop.
Okay.
Your car, don't pay your car note. Tesla. You want a Tesla that has a chip in it. Right? Your car that the bank owns has a chip in it. The computer system in your car has a chip in it. Right. You're surrounded by chips. You might as well call yourself Doritos, nigga. We in a bag of chips, man. It's chips every goddamn where. Why are you so scared of a chip, man? The mark of the beast is not no damn chip. That's right. It's not a chip, right, man. You understand? We're going to break down what the mark of the beast is right now. Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. Mm-hmm. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
So they receive a mark in their right hand. All small and great, rich and poor. You understand? This is talking about white people. This is talking about black people, Mexican people. This is the Bible. You understand? Talking about all people who will receive the mark in their right hand. Keep going.
Or in their foreheads.
Or in their foreheads. So of course they gonna what? You're gonna go to the doctor. They're gonna say, yeah, let me get your forehead real quick. Let me small incision. Let me draw this chip inside your forehead. Let me draw this chip inside your right hand, man.
Right.
What is the chip in your right hand, man? Who could break this down? A lot of you have already taken the chip and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. Jay-Z has the chip, man.
Okay.
Jay-Z has the chip, which is why Jay-Z went against Colin Kaepernick when he need that filthy, disgusting scumbag.
Okay.
That idiot. Jay-Z is an idiot, man.
Right.
You understand? To hell with how much money he has, man. To hell with how many records he done sold. What kind of nigga gets rich from drug dealing and killing his brother, but then has a tour called, what is it called? The All-American Tour? So you a gangster that you just love America, huh? You're the biggest gangster in the world, but you're just patriotic. Since when did gangster niggas become patriotic? He with the flag on his hat. He got gangsters with American flags on his hat. You come from a life of killing niggas, being a blood and Crip and gangster Damu and Paru and Los Santos and Deuce and 63rd and A-Tray and Rolling 60s. You come from a gang life, but you just on the Rockets. You a gangster, huh? Good night. You're the most gangster, patriotic gangster I've ever met. A goddamn fool, man. Went against Colin Kaepernick because he did the least that a man in the world could do.
Right.
Colin Kaepernick did the least that a Christian man could do, which is to not stand for a flag that of a nation of people that's murdering his people.
That's right.
Did the least that he could do. And Jay-Z opened up his filthy, disgusting mouth against that with a goddamn flag on his forehead, man.
Right.
A flag on his forehead. No sweat. Keep reading.
Okay, verse 17.
Salagi, what is the chip in their right hand?
Salagi, sir, if I could.
And the chip that is implanted in his right hand. I mean, not chip, Salakia. The mark. Good night, Salakia. Salakia. We talk about chips too much, man.
Okay.
The mark that is in his right hand. What does the right hand represent? Double one.
Salakia, so your right hand represents strength.
Your right hand is your strength. You understand? The right hand of God is the strength of the Most High. So when you accept the mark of the beast in your right hand, meaning what? You are now what?
Salaki, you're putting your strength in the wrong place. You're doing like
Usually, who was the right hand man to the king? Usually,
the prince. Well, not the prince. No. Counselor.
Nah, counselors, no. The right hand man to the king or to the man in charge. Like, let's say I'm a drug lord. I'm a drug kingpin, man. I run the whole East Coast. I'm flooding drugs in every ghetto on the East Coast you could think of.
Okay.
My right hand man is who?
See,
I don't want to give it to you. He gonna get it though, right?
The right hand man is usually on. Okay, if you're talking about like a kingdom, it would be like the general in the army.
It's the man who's gonna come kill you.
Right.
This is my right hand man. It's the man who handles my business. This is the man when I need something done. This is who I go to. I need you to go kill the Palestinians. I send him. I need you to go get my money. I send him. Why? Because I trust him. And he does what? He does what? Think about what we're talking about.
He carries out your order. He does your justice.
He does what? He does what? I'm doing this for a reason.
He fights.
He fights for me.
Okay.
He fights for me. So now, to receive the mark of the beast, you have to do what for America?
Fight for them.
So who has the mark of the beast in their right hand?
An American. So, the politicians, the Christian pastors,
Think about what we just said. They fight for America.
soldiers.
Your military.
Okay.
You go and enlist yourself into the U.S. Air Force. You have now taken the mark of the beast in your right hand.
That's right.
Meaning your life is you're going to kill yourself for America, which means that you can do what? Hold that point. Just know that the mark of the beast in your right hand is you fighting for America. You become the military force of this beast of America. Meaning when China goes against America, who is going to be the henchman to go kill Koreans and Chinese people?
The soldiers.
You will. You understand? But keep that in mind. Keep going.
In verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell.
And that no man might buy or sell. Meaning what?
So basically no transaction at all. No man might buy his way into America or not buy it.
What is the mark of the beast in your forehead?
That's the love for America, right?
Which is what?
How you think about America, how you
think about specifically. This is something that you take. This is something that is accepted. You will be given the mark of the beast in your forehead or on your right hand.
Okay, right hand is the military.
Meaning what? This is separated from the forehead. This is two separate things. Okay. Meaning you can have the mark of the beast in your right hand, but don't have the mark of the beast in your forehead. Meaning what? There are people in the military who hate America. Right? There are people in the military who say, I have no idea why we're over here in Afghanistan fighting for America. Right. And America hates black people. But they do what? They go fight for America. Okay. So what is the mark of the beast in your forehead specifically?
Someone who loves America.
Who loves America?
Slacky. Those of us in the world, our people in the world.
And who is that?
Oh, Slacky, the Israelites, sir.
It's not the answer I'm looking for.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called.
Who loves America?
Americans, sir.
Sorry. What teaches you to love America?
Oh, Christian church.
Christianity.
Kind of counts a lot.
Your mind, the way you think about America, the love that you have from America comes from what?
From the Christian church. Sir.
How do you know?
Because the pastor is,
Because 400 years ago, we didn't love America. 400 years ago, we didn't love America. 380 years ago, we didn't love America. 360 years ago, we did not love America. 280 years ago, we did not love America. In fact, we hated it. How do you know we hated it? Nat Turner. Nat Turner hated America. all of the other slave rebellions that tried to slaughter the Americans for what they were doing to us. They hated America. What had to be given to us so that we could stop hating America?
Christianity.
You had to go to church. You had to go to the church so that you can have that curse put on you, so that you can go up to that altar and you can accept that mark of the beast in your forehead. Meaning everything you do, everything you think, the way that you do, everything you think is for the love of America. Everything. You celebrate Christmas because of what? Because of your love for America. It's not because of Jesus. It's not because of Jesus Christ's birthday. How do you know? Because you ask people nowadays and they say, well, yeah, Jesus Christ's birthday won't in December, but they still celebrate Christmas. Why do they do it?
It's like because they love America.
Because you love America. Because you've taken the mark of the beast in your forehead. And without that mark of the beast, you will not be able to do what? Keep reading.
It's like it. Can I start from 17?
You go there.
Okay. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that slacken. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666,
which is 666, right? Which means what?
I believe one of the generals said it was the number of the ruling class.
It's the people ruling. What is our number?
144,000.
144,000 Israelites will be ruling the new world.
That's right.
You understand? The new kingdom, I should say, rather. Right? Keep going.
Going to verse 14. Chapter 14.
Read what we had read before with your buy or sell.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Were you reading up front for a reason? Were you reading up? What line were you just at?
Oh, I just finished chapter 13, sir, verse 18. 300.
Okay, yeah, go back to 17.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Now, what does it mean? So if you don't take the mark of the beast in your right hand or in your forehead, you will not buy or sell. What is that talking about?
It's like it, sir. People would, because you're not a part of America, nobody would want to, make transactions with you, or you wouldn't be accepted in certain places.
You can't be Colin Kaepernick anymore. You can't thrive in America anymore. You understand? You can't become the CEO of a Fortune 500 company anymore. Why? Why can't you do these things anymore?
Because you're not an American. You're not going along with the program. So
go back to Numbers chapter 22 and verse 3.
Book of Numbers chapter 22 verse 3. And Moab was sore afraid of the people.
They would be too afraid of you to do business with you.
Right.
You understand? You don't accept that mark. You don't put on that wig and that dress and become Tyler Perry. Well, then America will not deal with you because they will be too afraid of you. You deny that mark. You deny Christianity.
That's right.
You deny the fight for America, right. And you join the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Well, then white people will be so afraid of you. They'll be afraid of you. They'll say, what? I'm not going to get this brother right here a football scholarship. Why? Right. Because he goes against America's what?
America's traditions or ways. Goes against American spirit of America.
The specific word I'm looking for. You go against America's what?
Lifestyle? No.
All of those things are correct, right? Spirit of America.
Spirit.
Right? But what is another word? You decide to come into the ISUPK and not be a part of America's love and America's pursuit of happiness and everything American.
Right.
You're going against America's what?
Against Americans. Against the American spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You want a specific word.
Different word.
Salaki, you going against America's religion, system?
That's closer on it. Closer. All of those things are correct, right? You're going against what America believes. You're going against what America teaches.
Right.
You're going against the spirit of America. You're going against the religion of America. You're going against America. You understand? You're going against their patriotism. You're going against everything. You're going against the beast of America. You're going against that beast. You don't take that mark and you're fighting against that dragon that is in the book of Revelations. You understand? And to go against that dragon means what?
Select.
You don't accept what America offers. You don't accept the promotion that America could give. You don't put on a wig and call yourself Medea.
Right.
You decide to go against that.
Right.
You go against the beast of America, which means what?
You're following the Most High God. You're following Christ.
You're following the Most High God. You're following Christ, which means now America would be what?
Afraid of you, sir.
They'll be afraid of you. You understand? Don't ever forget that. That dragon that hovers over that woman in the book of Revelations is afraid of that child being born.
That's right.
It's afraid of Israel becoming this people again. And back in the book of Numbers, like we were back in the time of David. That our oppressor is afraid of black men taking off those dresses and putting on boots, braids, and beards back on, putting the spirit of who we are back into our households, man. America is afraid of us to not accept the mark of the beast, man. And without accepting it, then man, America would crumble, man.
Yeah, right.
Because we won't follow the customs of America, man.
Right.
We would go against it, man. We would go against holidays that America worships and celebrates. We would go against the filthy, disgusting foods and drugs that America chooses to partake itself in, man.
Right.
We would go against these things, man, and we would start to go back into who we are as a nation of people, man. And because of that, now I mean, and when that happened, man, then Christ will come back, man, and he will rid us of this people that's been slaughtering us for 400 years, man. You understand? But that's what we got to understand in the Christian church. That is what the mark of the beast is, man. Your love for America, that Christianity, man, or you fighting in his warfare, which is why what? You a good Christian, you get what? You get promoted. You're the type of man who can go into the grocery store and everyone says, oh, hey, John, it's John. It's just John. It's just John. It's just John. It's just John.
Right.
It's just John. You can't go into they don't say, it's just Dr. Juan. They don't say that.
Right.
They don't say, oh, it's just Mashak.
Right.
They say, Mashak. Good night. Naythak.
Right.
Good night.
Right.
Tazawan. Good. They don't say, it's just Tazawan, good old Tazawan. You become a people that they will be so afraid of, man. You understand? And you won't be able to go in the stores and say, man, let me get a military discount.
Right.
Or let me get this and let me get that. You understand? It will be a people that is ready to take over this kingdom, man.
That's
and
right.
that is what they're afraid of.
Right.
You understand? But for that to happen, you can't celebrate New Year's this year. I'm sorry to tell you. You understand? You can't celebrate New Year's. You can't go out there and watch the ball drop and count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like a goddamn idiot. You understand? That's really what it is. It's the New Year's, them parties, man, is a time for people to get drunk and be homosexual.
Right.
It's really, that's all it's for, man. It's a time for people to let loose.
Right.
Right? Doesn't mean anything. It's in vain. It is not the new year. It's dead center in winter and everything is dying still currently. You understand? And it's stupid. You understand? But with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Tabawan.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation will be the Feast of Purim. I'm saying it's going down February 14th and 15th. Okay? More information will come out, in the coming weeks. I want to remind Akim and Agwatin to check on social media, such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, I imagine, which means to stand.